Scientists are increasingly looking to other parts of our solar system in the search for microbial alien life. NASA's Europa Clipper mission, for example, will investigate the vast ocean beneath the Jupiter moon's icy outer shell. The mission is scheduled to launch later this year. Europa isn't the only candidate in the search for extraterrestrial life. Saturn and Jupiter have several icy moons that have caught scientists' attention. Now, a new lab study shows that individual ice grains ejected by these moons could be the key to finding alien life. That's because Europa Clipper's instruments are powerful enough to detect signs of life within these tiny grains. Probing icy moons for alien life. NASA's Cassini mission, which ended in 2017, discovered plumes of gas and ice grains emanating from cracks on Saturn's moon, Enceladus. The new study shows that an average grain of ice ejected by these icy moons should contain enough material to detect alien life. The University of Washington in Seattle and the Freie Universität Berlin led the study, and they published their findings in the journal Science Advances. For the first time, we have shown that even a tiny fraction of cellular material could be identified by a mass spectrometer on board a spacecraft, led author Fabian Klenner, a UW postdoctoral researcher in Earth and Space Sciences, explained in a press statement. Our results give us more confidence that using upcoming instruments, we will be able to detect life forms similar to those on Earth, which we increasingly believe could be present on ocean-bearing moons. The new study delves into the types of findings we might see from future missions, like Europa Clipper. The authors set out to simulate a scenario where Europa Clipper's instruments are detecting grains of ice from space. The team used an experimental setup that turns a thin beam of liquid water into droplets inside a vacuum. They then used a laser beam to excite the droplets. Finally, they used mass spectral analysis to mimic what Europa Clipper's instruments will do in space. The study shows that the Europa Clipper surface dust analyzer instrument is extremely effective. It can detect cellular material in 1 out of hundreds of thousands of ice grains. What's more, analyzing single ice grains is more effective than trying to detect different molecules within larger samples of billions of grains. This is because processes observed on these moons can concentrate biomaterial into a single grain. Finding alien life might be easier than we thought. For their experiment, the scientists used a common bacterium known as Sphingopyxis alaskensis as a stand-in for an alien molecule. This single-celled bacterium is common in Alaska and it lives in cold environments, surviving with few nutrients. They are extremely small, so they are in theory capable of fitting into ice grains that are emitted from an ocean world like Enceladus or Europa, Klenner explained. The scientists' results showed that Europa Clipper, expected to reach Jupiter in 2030, has a good chance of discovering life. That is, of course, if it does exist in that part of the solar system. With suitable instrumentation, such as the surface dust analyzer on NASA's Europa Clipper space probe, it might be easier than we thought to find life, or traces of it, on icy moons. If life is present there, of course, and cares to be enclosed in ice grains originating from an environment such as a subsurface water reservoir.